allowed me time to find my little syringe.
Oh my goodness, that's so tiny.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's so sweet. And it's so funny being in the NICU and looking like at all of the, like the diapers, for example, just fit like right in the palm of your hand, which is so cute and sweet. A little sad at the same time, but NICU parents and nurses and nurse practitioners and doctors and techs, and they're just all wonderful, fantastic people. We had, despite being in the hospital, we had a great experience. And so those are just sweet little things that remind us of our time there, right?
Yeah.
So before I lost you, we were chatting about, if you can't donate milk, what are some of the things that you can do to thus further the mission of the milk bank so that more teeny tiny babies make sure that they reach their first birthdays?
Yes. So I was saying that the milk bank, we provide a lot of wraparound services to the community, free lactation support, and you don't have to be a milk donor for that. You can call anytime you've got a question about your pump, your pumping or breastfeeding. We provide free clinical support about bereavement programs and milk donation programs. But one of the biggest ways that philanthropy helps support our wraparound services is by allowing us to provide medical relief fund. So when we meet the needs of our NICU and hospital partners, we are also able to then offer pasteurized donor milk to outpatient families. But outpatient families don't have the same budget a hospital does, right? And we understand that. We do not profit from donor milk, and we want outpatient families to be able to access that if they need it. So if there's a family that needs pasteurized donor milk and has a medical need for their little one, we will help with that processing fee. And so last year we provided over $250,000 of milk pro bono, and we can only do that. Yeah, we can only do that through philanthropy. Another time we'll have to get together and I can take you on a little walking tour of labs so you can see all of the things that go into making donations of human milk and turning them into life-saving medicine. So the hospitals pay that processing fee. They offset the cost of all of that, but philanthropy helps us provide that to the families that need it too.
Oh, that's just so amazing.
Yeah.
What are some of the things moving into 2023 that the milk bank might have going on? Any important events, anything that the community should know about? Obviously, we're still kind of, coming off of COVID, but is there anything that folks in the area should know about, or should be maybe even telling, their pregnant family members, friends, colleagues? What would be like a general message to everyone that might be watching?
I would say keep posted. Follow us on social. We're at the Milk Bank on just about everything, at the Milk Bank 1 on TikTok. But we are always sharing volunteer opportunities and events. And as we get the year rolling, we certainly will be sharing those there. Right now, we are really, really laser focused on milk donations. As you mentioned, kind of just the effects of the pandemic and everything else kind of still trickling down. We are still really seeing that spiked demand for pasteurized donor milk from families and hospitals, and we are laser focused on increasing milk donations so that we can meet that need. But like I said, follow us on social or go to our website, www.themilkbank.org, and sign up for our newsletter. But stay connected so that you can volunteer when there's an opportunity, or participate in one of our giving campaigns, or simply sharing a social post. So like you said, so your expectant family members and friends know about milk donations, that they're not one of those people saying, I wish someone had told me all of that hard work from pumping, and for whatever reason my baby couldn't use it. We want you to know it's very much needed by those little ones in the hospital.
Absolutely. And so speaking of impact and everything that the milk bank is doing, one of my friends, Jackie, commented and said she'd love to be able to donate after her second baby is born. So amazing. That is just the biggest life-saving gift ever.
Yes.
And obviously we talked a little bit in the previous video about the steps that mamas have to go through in order to donate. So of course, check them out at themilkbank.org. It was very easy for someone who is, despite having a baby, Diane, I am like the biggest like scaredy cat in terms of needles, and it was really, really
Oh,
fast.
oh,
Just do the blood draw. It was
good.
really fast and really easy, and the lady
Good.
doing it was like, "Oh, I'm done." I was like, "What? You're already done?" I said, "Yeah, you're good. Like, you're good to go." It literally took 15 minutes. It was so easy. So it's very, very easy. And what's fantastic is that the milk bank covers it. So it's at no cost to you if you're interested in donating.
And your
Which
donor
is really,
will help find a spot that's convenient for you. If you work in a hospital setting or you work near somewhere, they will find that out and send you somewhere that's going to be easy and convenient. But yeah, if you can get that process started online at the website, like you mentioned, follow us on social. We do recommend that you wait until your own breastfeeding routine is established. We all kind of have a certain plan in place, but we know what that's like once you're a parent. You can't really plan for everything. So so follow us on social. Wait until you've had the baby and your breastfeeding routine is intact, and then you can go complete the process to become a donor.
Oh, that is so awesome. Yeah, that's so funny you mentioned, like, everyone has a plan in terms of their breastfeeding journey or their parenting journey. And then, it's like, especially once you have that kiddo, that plan is usually just kind of out the door. It's like, we tried that, and you pivot, right? If you're familiar with that episode of Friends where they have the couch and they're like, pivot, pivot, pivot. It's like, yeah, that's basically what you have to do as a parent. And especially, I mean, as our kind of what I mentioned at the beginning, it's like, hey, we didn't think that our daughter would come an entire month early. And then when we were presented with the option for donor milk in the NICU, I said, yeah, sign us up. That's amazing. Yeah, it's just one of those amazing things that y'all do in the community throughout the country, like you mentioned, Missouri and Kentucky. And so, Diane, if folks have questions for you later on, what's the best way to get in touch with you or the milk bank? How do you suggest folks get in touch with someone on over there?
They can message us on any of our social channels, and we will be back to them and connect them to the right spot. Right? Sometimes it's a question on accessing milk at home. Sometimes it's a question on being a donor. We're a tiny but really committed team. So whoever is answering that question will get you to the right person. You can always call us. Our numbers on all of our socials and on our website, or use the contact button. Pretty much everything shy of a carrier pigeon will get back to you. And we will take care of the pigeon and get back to you then too.
I love it. Oh, that's great.
Or give us a call. So yeah, because again, the lab is located in Indianapolis, but really we care for and want to work with communities all throughout our service area and beyond. We dispensed milk to 25 states last year.
Wow.
So we're certainly not Indianapolis's milk bank or Indiana's milk bank even. So really, if you've got a question, just ask, and we will care for you or get you to the right spot.
That's fantastic. Well, Diane, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but thank you so much for joining me today and just talking about the amazing work that y'all do, not just, in the Indy area, but of course, like you mentioned, just all across the country, 25 states that you were able to provide milk for. That's just, it's mind-bogglingly amazing, and it's wonderful.
We could not do it without you and people like you. And so just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have said many times I would have been rejected as a donor. I could not have handled it. And I am in awe. I am in awe of the pumping parents who are able to do this with their gift of extra liquid gold. So we can't thank you enough.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely. And we're big in our family about paying it forward however we can. So even though it's just, a little bit of a bag at a time, we know that it makes a difference. So well, Diane, thank you so much again. I hope folks who listened learned a little bit of something. And if you've got philanthropy on the mind for 2023, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, the milk bank is a great place to look at. So, well, Diane, you take care, and we'll chat